The fate of the Asia Cup is yet to be sealed, but the Asia Cup isn't the only multi-nation tournament in which India and Pakistan are scheduled to play, or as theory suggests, they will play. There is the World Cup as well, which, going by the ICC calendar, is another event in this year's cricketing calendar where you will possibly see India take on Pakistan. But now what's happening is with the fate of the Asia Cup not being sealed yet, the ICC, as per reports, is now just getting a little anxious with regards to the World Cup also, because remember, the ICC is not a stakeholder as far as the Asia Cup is concerned. It is being governed by the ACC as far as the Asia Cup is concerned. But when you talk about the World Cup, which is taking place here in India, well, the ICC is very much interested. And just because there are now reports doing the rounds that you could be looking at a hybrid model, or as reports have also suggested, you could also be looking at an Asia Cup wherein India or the BCCI has suggested that a few games be kept in Pakistan and the others be held at a neutral venue. Now, what that has done is that that in many ways has caused some sort of a worry to the ICC, which is why now you saw a committee of the ICC, which was led by the ICC CEO as well as the ICC chief, both of whom were in Pakistan to speak with the PCB representatives, and in particular PCB chief Najam Sethi. Now, what was the agenda? The agenda was to get assurances from Pakistan that they will not be pitching for a hybrid model like is the case with the Asia Cup right now. The ICC board, the ICC committee had gone to Pakistan to get that assurance from Najam Sethi that, listen, if this hybrid model in the Asia Cup is to go forward, okay, fine, but later on in a few months time, in November, in the month of October, November, you're looking at the World Cup to take place here in India. Don't come up with this for the World Cup as well. This is the assurance that the ICC had gone to Pakistan, seeking this assurance from Najam Sethi, that even if the Asia Cup, because reports do suggest, and this is, by the way, something that has been suggested by Najam Sethi himself, that a hybrid model be kept for the Asia Cup. India at the moment aren't okay with that too. The suggestion that has been made by the BCCI is that it be held at a neutral venue. Now, what that has done is, and here at Sports Today, you saw that interview as well. We'll put the link of that interview in the description section as well. What Najam Sethi had told us here, he said that if India don't come to Pakistan, if the entire hosting rights are taken away and the tournament is being kept somewhere outside Pakistan, and for that Sri Lanka and UAE are the two possible hosts for this year's Asia Cup, then he said that there will not be any Pakistan participation in the Asia Cup, and then he also threatened then probably the team may not travel for the World Cup as well, which will take place in India. Now, just to eliminate that sort of a scenario and to get an assurance that Pakistan will be traveling to India for the World Cup, this committee of the ICC had visited Pakistan and had a word with the PCB officials, one of whom obviously was Najam Sethi. What exactly were the details of that conversation? We're still waiting to know, but for now what we know is that this is what the agenda of this visit from the ICC top brass was, that they wanted assurances from the Pakistan board that they will not be coming up with these terms and conditions later on come the World Cup, which will happen in India in the month of October, November. The exact schedule is yet to come out, but this is what the ICC at the moment is interested in, that they want this assurance. They don't want anything, no dilly-dallying, no conditions, let's say, coming their way from the Pakistan board, because remember, it just didn't, for the success of the tournament, this is what one of the sources sources has said that for the success of the World Cup, this is what the ICC wants. Rather, this is something that the BCCI would also want, that for the tournament and for the World Cup to be a success, you want Pakistan to be coming to India as well. But Najam Sethi just about a couple of weeks back had very clearly said that if the tournament is moved away from Pakistan, and here we are talking about the Asia Cup, then you could see reciprocatory moves from the Pakistan board as well, wherein they could also say that we will not be sending our team to India. What BCCI has time and again said with regards to the Asia Cup, a quick update on that as well. They've clearly said that the government isn't comfortable with the team traveling there because we see a security threat in Pakistan, which is why this isn't something we can look at. We're okay with a hybrid model, but the Indian players cannot be sent to Pakistan. So we're okay taking part as far as this hybrid model is concerned, or some of the matches be kept away from Pakistan. Something that Najam Sethi has also suggested. But if the tournament in its entirety is to be moved away from Pakistan, then there could be reciprocatory moves as far as Pakistan Cricket Board is concerned. This is what things look like. This is how it looks like as far as the Asia Cup is concerned. Whether or not India participates, or what this whole thing sort of takes shape, how it sort of pans out, is something that still rests in the balance. In a couple of days time though, we're learning that a decision on the Asia Cup could indeed be made public. So stay tuned to Sports Today, because we'll be the first ones to tell you what exactly is it, or what is the make of this year's Asia Cup going to be like. And just in case you didn't know about this year's Asia Cup, unlike last year's, is going to be a full-fledged 50 over tournament. You had the World Cup take place after the Asia Cup last year, which is why it was in the 2020 format. This year you've got the 50 over World Cup, which will take place in India, and prior to that you'll have the Asia Cup taking place in the month of September. Where exactly it takes place, we still don't know that yet, but Pakistan do have the hosting rights. BCCI says we are okay with a hybrid model, but our players will not be coming to Pakistan because we see a security threat there. Whether or not ICC get that assurance from Pakistan remains to be seen, but the whole situation does look very tentative at the moment, and everything around the Asia Cup at the moment looks very precariously poised. We'll be updating you with every bit of detail emerging out of Pakistan, the PCB board, and what the BCCI also decide as well. For now, this is all the time that we have. Do stick along, because we've got an interesting debate coming up at 5 p.m. Also, the dugout happening later in the evening. So stay tuned to Sports Day for all the latest.